Und ich so, hallo? Ich kann auch mal was machen.
Oh, it never ends. How many more reinforcements are they gonna launch at us? If we don't block up the stairwells, it's never going to stop.
Claude hat einfach echt keinen Bock mehr. Oh nice, mehr Verteidigung. So. Dann stellen wir uns schon mal hier zu Edelgard hin, ne? Dann kümmern wir uns da einmal gleich drum. Oh, sie kann doch eine Konversation mit ihm haben.
I cannot vanquish her alone. So I will join you in this battle. But if I fall, leave me. My only wish is for Edelgard's head.
Den kann ich dir bringen. Hier. Erstmal ein bisschen heilen.
Thank you.
Kann Claude auch noch mit ihm reden? Nee, es ist einfach nur, irgendeiner meiner Leute kann mit ihm reden. Okay. Ah, wait. Wie sieht's hier eigentlich aus? Ich kann mich mittlerweile zumindest ein bisschen wieder bewegen. Ja, komm. Das Lebenssauger müsste mich jetzt hier wieder voll machen, ne? Na, nicht ganz. So ein bisschen, aber gut. Dann sind wir da hinten auch fertig. Das heißt, auch nach oben. Weil ich hätte du noch weiter heilen können, fällt mir gerade ein. Du? Ich lasse den Typen da unten. Den kannst du machen. So. Moment kurz. Okay. So, wie sieht es jetzt aus vom Schaden her, wenn ich jetzt versuche, Edelgard anzugreifen? Ja. Madame tut ein bisschen weh. Yo! Claude, bitte! Der killt sie einfach mit Nimmerfehl. Das wäre schon echt episch, mit Nimmerfehl sie zu besiegen. Aber interessant, wie einfach ihre komplette Crit-Rate und alles weg ist. Der eine bessere Trefferquote, wenn ich noch ein paar Leute in die Nähe hinstelle. Nur dahin. Ja, er hat wirklich eine bessere... Wow. 100% Edeltod. Ja, würde sagen, dann machen wir das auch gleich. Aber zuvor müssen wir unseren Boy Dedu nochmal voll heilen. Kann er nicht angehen, nachdem er hier gefühlt alles getankt hat, dass er hier noch angeschlagen ist. So. Dedu lebt. Hashtag Dedu lebt. Und einfach nur für meinen Perfektionismus. Wer kriegt den kaputt? Doch am ehesten Raphael, ne? Einfach nur für den Perfektionismus. Hauen wir dem da unten auch noch eben schnell auf die Fresse. Jo. Damit wirklich nur noch Edelgard auf dem Feld steht. Okay. Dann muss ich sagen, das war echt auch wieder mal doch eine recht harte Mission. Hat ordentlich was gefordert und... Hi Edelgard.
Your ideals. I understand they're not so far removed from my own. But without sufficient knowledge of this land's suffering, I can't entrust Fodlan to you.
Perhaps. I dare say it's true that I don't fully understand the history of Fodlan. Still, I've seen many things in my life. Don't worry. I'll finish the job for you. Too easy.
Hab sogar extra langsam laufen lassen.
It looks as though my path will end here. My teacher, claim your victory. Strike me down, you must. Even now, across this land, people are killing each other. If you do not act now, this conflict will go on forever. Your path lies across my grave. It is time for you to find the courage to walk it. If I must fall, let it be by your hand. I wanted to walk with you.
Man sah schon, dass er das nicht wollte. So ganz und gar nicht. Vor allem der Nachtrag, ne? Ja. Ja, hält Claude auf jeden Fall. Alleine dafür, dass er Edelgard alleine handeln konnte. Der Boy.
It's over. We were only able to beat her because of you.
Da ist aber jemand sehr bescheiden. Nun. Ich habe legitim in dieser Schlacht eigentlich nur Edelgards Palast ausgeraubt. Also ihre Schatzkammer. Aber sagt das niemandem.
This wasn't the conclusion I had hoped for, even though Never mind. It's over now. The important thing is that we won.
Here, boy. A letter. An Imperial General asked me to give it to you.
A letter? Let's see it. It looks like it's from Hubert, Edelgard's vassal.
If you are reading this letter, that means I have perished. As Her Majesty would never surrender to another, I can only assume she has fallen as well. It greatly pains me to think of this coming to pass. That said, as the survivors, I must ask you to settle certain affairs in our stead. You must destroy the threat that slithers in the dark. I am sure you must recall Monica and Tomas. Their allies yet live. They hold deep resentment against the children of the goddess and the people of the world. And they are biding their time until they can exact revenge. If left to their own devices, it is certain they will eventually bring unimaginable calamity and suffering to the world. I detected their sorcery when you took Fort Mercius. I have deduced the location of their stronghold, Shambhala. You will find its whereabouts enclosed. There is no question that they are the enemies of everyone in Fodlan. Do not allow yourselves to forget that. Lastly, while I cannot say she is in good health, the Archbishop resides in a secret chamber in the Imperial Palace. I have shared the location of the entrance to that secret chamber with the person to whom I have entrusted this letter. I believe that Her Majesty will be victorious. Even still, I must plan for her defeat as well. If you wish to lead this world, I challenge you to rise to the occasion and surpass my estimation of you. Such is your obligation as the victors. And the only fitting tribute to all that Lady Edelgard sacrificed.
Hubert, to leave a letter like this behind.
Man würde ja meinen, ne, dann ist hier jetzt eigentlich so langsam vorbei, jetzt wo wir Edelgard besiegt haben, aber nee. Da kommt ja noch mehr. Und zwar einfach Huberts Secret Plot.
You were a better man than I believed you to be. So, Rhea is alive, and the fight isn't over yet. Those who slither in the dark. It sounds like Fodlan will never know peace unless we defeat them.
Aber hey, wir haben endlich mal den
Allies of
offiziellen
Malika
Namen.
and Tomas. Well, we knew about them already.
Die Schattenschleicher.
I think it's safe to assume this is the same group who used Lysithea for their blood experiments. And they were also responsible for the javelins of light that destroyed the fortress. But who were these children of the goddess who they supposedly resent? There's just not enough information here. I don't suppose there's any chance that this is his idea of a prank. If so, wow, good one. Hubert, rather than writing a letter, you should have just told us before we fought.
Fragen wir Rhea.
Right. We still don't know for sure if this letter is telling the truth. Let's go find out.
Die Schottenschleicher. Eher nicht so.
You have come to save me. Is this a dream? I have longed to see you again all this time. Is it truly you? Claude, I can see you have grown into a reliable young man. Thank you for supporting the professor, and for rescuing me. Surely the protection of the goddess has...
Wait, Rhea. What do you know about the children of the goddess?
Children of... What is this about?
Forgive my bluntness. Someone from the Empire filled us in on a few things. I know it must be painful for us to ask you difficult questions after such an arduous confinement. But we have no choice. We must defeat a secret enemy. Those who slither in the dark. Do you know about them?
Those who slither in the dark.
Apparently, they resent the children of the goddess and the people of the world, and are planning something big, something terrible. They use blood for their wicked magic and are capable of dropping javelins of light from the sky, which are powerful enough to crush a fortress. If you can think of anything at all, please tell us now. We need to know as much as possible about these enemies in order to stop them. This is the critical moment that will determine whether or not Fodlan falls. Can't you see that the time for secrets has passed?
It is true that there is a group of people who have slithered in the darkness and threatened the peace of Fodlan since ancient times. I am sure you have heard the stories of a man named Nemesis.
Der Befreier?
Nemesis, the King of Liberation. He's the hero to whom the goddess gave the Sword of the Creator.
Nemesis was originally the leader of a group of bandits. He plundered the Holy Tomb and stole the remains of the progenitor god. When Nemesis appeared in Xanadu some time later, he already wielded the Sword of the Creator.
Wie gelangt er an das Schwert?
According to legend, the goddess gifted him the sword to fight against the evil gods.
I do not know how Nemesis obtained the sword, or why he appeared in Xanadu, but he used that sword to massacre the people there, the children of the progenitor god. From their corpses he gained even more power, and brought war to Fodlan.
That's completely different from what the legends tell us about Nemesis.
A mere bandit like Nemesis would not have been capable of anything so monstrous on his own.
Aha, so Nemesis had accomplices. And those accomplices must have been those who slither in the dark. They used Nemesis. And this time, they used the Imperial Army to once again bring war to Fodlan. I finally get it. And I even understand why Edelgard was associating with them. Just as they were trying to use the Empire was trying to use them. Rhea, there's still a mountain of things I need to ask you, and I will. But I'll leave all of that for another day. You must be weak after living in confinement for so long. Please rest for a while. My friend, let's prepare for battle. We need to strike Shambhala as soon as possible.
You must not allow Fodlan's bloody history, the Red Canyon tragedy, to repeat itself.
Okay.
It occurs to me that we never got an answer from Rhea about the children of the goddess.
Waren das nicht die Bewohner von Sanator?
She did say that the people of the Red Canyon were the children of the progenitor god, so I suppose so.
The children of the goddess. The children of the progenitor god. Ne?
But those evil guys continued to plot their revenge even after the Red Canyon tragedy. Does that mean some of the children of the goddess or their descendants are still alive?
Ich? Rhea? Rhea vielleicht.
Could be. She was talking about what happened in Xanadu as if she was there herself. What are these children anyway? And how are they connected to the goddess? I almost disappeared into the bottomless swamp that is my mind. I thought that after we defeated the Empire, I'd be able to see that sight I long to see.
Welcher Anblick ist das?
I've told you about my dreams before. I want to break down the wall separating Fodlan from the outside world. The sight I want to see lies beyond that. Honestly, it's a trivial thing to fixate on. Just people, gathered in their towns, living out their lives together, sometimes laughing, sometimes fighting. But the people living there aren't just citizens of Fodlan. There are people from Dagda, Bridget, and even Dusker and Srang. There could be people who were born in Almyra, or countries even farther east there, too. All of those people living together like it's nothing special at all. That's the sight I long to see. It's so simple, but still so far away. But this is no time for complaining. We need to focus on capturing Shambhala. Let's hurry up and gather everyone together.
Ich hoffe, ich krieg noch einen Monat mal mit Erkundung. Nicht, dass es jetzt heißt, ja, instant nächste Schlacht, let's go.
So, you mean to tell me that Fodlan will fall to ruin if we leave those guys be?
If this map is reliable, their base is just south of my family's territory.
This story is a bit much to believe. And yet...
It does ring true, somehow.
Remember Monica, the one who killed Gerald, and the old man who was masquerading as Tomas? They were their allies, and the Flame Emperor and the Death Knight were merely their pawns.
The people who were after my blood? They were also the ones who used me to conduct their blood experiments.
As awful as it sounds, they're seemingly fond of using blood in their secret techniques.
Ugh, that's really gross. I could never be friends with someone like that.
I believe they were also responsible for the Javelin of Light that destroyed Fort Merceus.
Hold up, boy. Do you really think that we can win against such powerful foes?
I don't know. But we have to try, don't we?
Wir kämpfen für Fortlands Zukunft.
We've really taken on something big. I wonder if our names will go down in history.
My heroic name, passed down to future generations? A worthy cause indeed.
They were trying to use the Imperial Army to plunge Fodlan into war. We nipped that in the bud. Now we just need to tear out their roots. And I know we have what it takes to do it.
Okay.
Part 2. Verdant Wind. Blue Sea Moon. The city without light. Immediately following Edelgard's defeat, the Alliance Army discovers the existence of another adversary, a group operating behind the scenes within the Empire. Claude suspects that if the true enemy is left unchecked, disaster will befall Fodlan. And so he cuts short the celebration and the troops head for Shambhala, where this foe resides.
Hoffentlich geht's nicht direkt schon in die nächste Schlacht. Ich hoffe es auch. Aber das klang gerade sehr danach, als würden wir direkt in die nächste Schlacht übergehen. Nee, okay. Wir haben einen Monat.
I just don't get it.
What is it, Claude?
Those javelins of light. They were trying to use it to kill us at Fort Merceus, right?
By the way, das waren wirklich sogar 2 Schlachten im selben Monat. Wir sind nämlich jetzt erst im Monat 7, während Svenja, glaube ich, schon im Monat 8 ist.
But then why not drop it on Garreg Mach? They must have known for a while that we were here.
It is not that they chose to refrain, but rather that they were unable to do so.
Rhea, how are you feeling?
I am well enough. I cannot afford to rest while Fodlan is in danger.
What do you mean when you say they couldn't drop a javelin of light here?
Once, a very long time ago, a massive ball of light fell upon this monastery. However, that light mysteriously changed course in mid-air and landed in Aelel instead.
Aelel, the Valley of Torment. So that's what the wreckage of those javelins of light looks like.
The Holy Tomb is not only the location of the progenitor god's eternal slumber, but also a sacred vessel for a power that repels evil. Supposedly, the progenitor god built the Holy Tomb herself to protect her children from the evil light.
So the children of the goddess gathered in Xanadu because of its proximity to the monastery? But we've fought at distant locations many times.
Despite that, the javelins of light only fell on Fort Merceus.
In his letter, Huberts said that he detected their magic when the fort fell. In other words, because they used a javelin of light, Hubert was able to pinpoint the location of their base.
So they didn't use it before then because they didn't want us to know where their base is?
In any case, those javelins of light must be something they can't just use whenever they want. And they finally decided to use one at Merceus, where they were sure they'd be able to finish us off. It's only thanks to the whims of the Death Knight that we escaped with our lives. And no javelins of light have fallen since then.
It's possible that the enemy hasn't yet realized that we've learned the location of their base.
If so, their guard may be down, which makes this the perfect time for a surprise attack.
I will accompany you.
What? No, that would be far too dangerous. Your long confinement weakened you greatly, did it not?
Those people have opposed us since ancient times. I wish to learn the truth about them for myself.
I understand. I will not stop you, but please take care not to overexert yourself.
We don't know exactly what we're up against here, but having you around is very reassuring, Rhea. Let's prepare to strike at Shambhala before they make their next move.
Okay. Es wäre witzig, wenn man Rhea jetzt auch wirklich im Team hätte. Aber hat man leider nicht. Unterstützungsgespräch. Happy und Konstanz? Okay. Wie random. Rhea ist da auch immer noch nicht in der Liste. Ach ja, stimmt. Mit Yuri kann ich auch einen S-Support haben. Als Male Byleth. Jo. Ich glaube, dann haben wir für heute auf jeden Fall erstmal gut was geschafft. Das waren jetzt 2 schon gar nicht mal so leichte Missionen. Also die erste war okay, aber die zweite war schon ein bisschen knackiger. Da muss ich auf jeden Fall fürs nächste Mal nochmal unsere ganzen Sachen einmal optimieren. Also vielleicht auch, also gerade die Waffen einmal nochmal durchgucken. Ich denke mal, Bataillone werde ich wahrscheinlich jetzt eh nicht mehr ändern. Und die müsste ich ja eh dann alle nochmal leveln. Aber wie gesagt, Hauptsache die Waffen kann ich fürs nächste Mal nochmal durchgucken, dass alles soweit bereit ist. Wenn ich mal so gucke, da ist die Schlacht von Shambhala. Und der Rest ist einfach nur so rumprügeln. Was ist denn sonst noch in diesem Monat? Baltus Geburtstag und Claudes Geburtstag. Ah, cool. Okay. Wir können uns einfach den Support jetzt noch zum Ende hin angucken. Auch wenn ihr den sicher schon bei Svenja gesehen habt. Aber Konstanz Supports sind halt einfach witzig. Deswegen hören wir uns den jetzt an.
Thank you for going to such lengths to come see me, Happy.
I live here, so it's not like I had to travel a long way. Do you need me for something, Coco?
Need might be an exaggeration.
Good, because I was just headed to bed. It's nearly sunset. Have a good night.
Wait, no. Just because I don't need you for anything doesn't mean you may go. Need isn't quite it precisely. How to broach the subject nicely.
Nice rhyme. Are you dabbling in poetry now?
Don't be daft. Anyway, I need you for something.
You could have just said that from the start.
Trinken die jetzt einfach Tee?
So you want me to drink whatever this is?
It's how I intend to show my gratitude for all the things you do for me.
Right. Everything I do for you. Such as... what exactly?
Oh, you know, the pastries, the dried meats, sharing your fruits.
Oh, like when we ate those currants and you got juice all over your face.
Must you bring that up every time? It took me hours to get the stains out of my favorite fan.
I thought it was funny. So, what's this drink you gave me? It smells good, but it looks weird.
It's all the rage amongst the elite now. They call it coffee. It's derived from rare Dagdan beans, which are roasted, ground, and then boiled over water.
That's a lot of effort to make hot bean water. Nobles find such inventive ways to waste time.
Hold your criticism until you've tasted it. And taste it quickly, please. This is a beverage that one must drink hot.
All right, I guess.
Well, your verdict?
Whoa. This is not what I expected. It kind of tastes like mud, but also it's delicious and I never want to stop drinking it.
Exactly my reaction! The flavor is so striking that one trembles for more!
All gone. Got more?
Indeed I do not! The coffee bean, as I mentioned, is rare and thus expensive. They are not easy to procure. Though, if I could restore House Nouvelle to its former glory, I might have means to acquire more.
On second thought, never mind. You don't have to go to all that trouble.
Oh, but I was going to restore my house anyway. It just may be some time until my finances improve.
How about we go to the woods and find some fruit trees like we did the other day? Fresh fruit might not be as fancy as coffee, but it's good enough for me. Come on.
If that's all you desire, I think I can indulge you. To the orchards!
Heißes Bohnenwasser ist ja wohl auch einer der geilsten Begriffe für Kaffee. Dann wiederum ist Kakao ja irgendwo auch einfach nur heißes Bohnenwasser, oder? Mit ein bisschen Zucker und Fett drin. Und Milch. Heiße Bohnenmilch. Jo. Dann sind wir für heute auch schon fertig.